When news of the catastrophic Jeju Air Flight 2216 crash first broke, the world was gripped by shock and grief. But no one could have predicted the emotional whirlwind that would follow when Kim Taehyung, better known as V of BTS, stepped forward with a message that not only expressed heartfelt condolences but also revealed something deeply personal. What could one of the world's most beloved artists possibly share that would leave even his most loyal fans speechless? The disaster, which occurred on the night of December 29, 2024, was nothing short of devastating. Jeju Air Flight 2216, a Boeing 737-800 carrying 181 passengers and crew, was returning from Bangkok's bustling Suvarnabhumi Airport to the serene shores of Muan International Airport in South Korea. Tragically, this routine flight would never reach its destination safely. The final moments of the plane were marked by chaos and heartbreak as the aircraft crash-landed, erupting into a fiery explosion that claimed 179 lives. Miraculously, 2 flight attendants, seated in the rear of the plane, were the sole survivors, though they remain in critical condition. Investigations into the crash have suggested that a bird strike caused a catastrophic failure in the landing gear. It's almost incomprehensible. A seemingly small event, a bird crossing the wrong path, could lead to such widespread devastation. Initial warnings about bird activity prompted air traffic controllers to advise a change of runway, but even the Mayday call issued by the crew was not enough to avert the disaster. The plane's excessive speed during its emergency landing caused it to veer off the runway, colliding with a concrete wall that ignited the inferno. This horrifying sequence of events has left a nation mourning and an aviation industry scrambling for answers. South Korea, a country known for its resilience, has been left reeling. The crash has spurred immediate actions, with aviation authorities launching inspections of all Boeing 737-800 aircraft across the country and demanding a comprehensive review of safety standards at Jeju Air. In a move that reflects the gravity of the tragedy, entertainment events across the nation have been cancelled, and public figures have come forward to express their grief. Among them is BTS V, whose emotional response has captured the attention of millions around the globe. In a deeply moving statement shared through his social media accounts, V said, "My heart aches for the families who have lost their loved ones in this unimaginable tragedy. Words cannot express the sorrow I feel for the victims and their families. May they find strength and comfort during this difficult time." His message, simple yet profound, resonated with fans worldwide, many of whom found solace in his empathy and compassion. But what followed his public message was something no one expected. In an exclusive interview, V revealed a personal connection to the tragedy that left fans and the general public stunned. "One of the victims was a distant relative of mine," he disclosed, his voice breaking with emotion. "I didn't know them well, but knowing that someone in my family was on that plane, it's a pain I can't describe." This revelation added a layer of raw, personal grief to an already heartbreaking event, bringing the tragedy closer to home for fans who admire V not just for his talent, but also for his authenticity and vulnerability. This unexpected connection has turned the spotlight on the human side of the tragedy. Fans of BTS, often referred to as ARMY, have rallied together to honor the victims and support their families, inspired by V's heartfelt words and actions. Many have taken to social media to share messages of love and solidarity, creating a wave of collective mourning that transcends borders and languages. The hashtag #PrayForJeju Flight 2216 has trended globally, with fans using their platform to amplify the voices of those affected by the disaster. The emotional gravity of the crash has also reignited conversations about aviation safety. Critics have pointed out that the concrete wall the plane collided with, intended as a safety barrier, was not properly marked and was misunderstood by pilots as a dirt pile. This tragic oversight, combined with the initial bird strike, has led many to question whether such a disaster could have been avoided. The Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, and Transport has vowed to leave no stone unturned in its investigation, but for the families of the victims, no amount of accountability will bring their loved ones back. For V, the tragedy has become a personal mission to raise awareness and offer support. In his follow-up statement, he shared, "As someone who has experienced loss, even if indirectly, I want to do more than just send my condolences. I want to help in any way I can, whether that's through donations, awareness campaigns, or simply being there for those who need comfort." True to his word, V has reportedly donated to funds set up for the victims' families, though the amount remains undisclosed, as he wishes for the focus to remain on the victims rather than himself. The crash of Jeju Air Flight 2216 has left scars that will take years to heal, not just for the families directly affected but for an entire nation. It has also left the world grappling with the fragility of life and the unpredictable nature of tragedy. In moments like these, figures like V remind us of the power of empathy and unity. His words, actions, and personal connection to the disaster have transformed him from a global superstar into a symbol of hope and compassion. As South Korea mourns, the nation also looks toward the future, determined to ensure that such a tragedy never happens again. For now, the memories of the 179 lives lost serve as a solemn reminder of what was taken too soon. And through the voices of those like V, the world is reminded of the importance of standing together in times of grief, finding strength in unity, and offering comfort to those who need it most. For V, these stories have been a source of both sorrow and purpose. He has since spoken about the importance of cherishing every moment and making time for those we hold dear. "We often take life for granted," he said in a recent livestream with fans, his voice heavy with emotion. But tragedies like this remind us that tomorrow isn't guaranteed. It's important to tell the people you love how much they mean to you while you still can. In a particularly touching gesture, V participated in a private ceremony for the victims, attended by family members and local officials. Though the event was closed to the public, a spokesperson later revealed that V quietly placed flowers at a memorial site and spent time speaking with families who had lost loved ones. His presence, described as humble and genuine, offered a measure of comfort to those in mourning. This quiet act of solidarity stands in stark contrast to the often larger-than-life image of global celebrities. These actions have reminded many of the importance of using influence for good, not as a way to garner attention, but as a means of bringing light to those in the shadows of grief. For the families of the victims, his empathy has been a reminder that even in the darkest moments, humanity's capacity for compassion shines through. Meanwhile, the investigation into the crash continues to uncover troubling details. Officials have confirmed that the concrete wall the plane collided with was not designed to withstand such an impact, raising questions about the adequacy of safety measures at Muan International Airport. Furthermore, concerns have been raised about Jeju Air's protocols for managing bird strikes, with aviation experts calling for stricter oversight and improved communication between pilots and air traffic controllers. The Ministry of Transport has pledged to implement sweeping reforms to prevent similar disasters in the future. Among the proposed measures are enhanced bird detection systems, mandatory pilot training for emergency scenarios, and the redesign of safety barriers at all major airports in South Korea. While these steps are welcome, they come too late for the families of Flight 2216's victims, who are left grappling with the question of whether their loved ones' deaths could have been prevented. Don't miss out on our latest updates and exciting content. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and comment your thoughts below. We love hearing from you. Share this video with your friends and help us grow our amazing community. Stay tuned because more incredible content is coming your way soon.